Now, I would like to relate a story about when I began in the business and how it taught me the real key to the business, which is duplication. It relates to the #1 key of building this business is duplication. And this is about secrets to success that I learned by accident when I started in the business many years ago. It kind of set in motion a chain of events that account for my success today, and it's really why we're here today. You see, duplication was what caused the business to grow, and I accidentally learned the art and power of duplication through a sequence of events that kind of were by chance. And you know, I followed into becoming a great leader. A lot of people say, JR, you're a great leader. Well, the truth of the matter is I'm really a great follower. And I followed my belief, and I followed the people who brought me into the business and duplicated what they showed me. And I actually followed right into becoming a leader, if you understand what I mean. In other words, by being a great follower, I grew and I followed right into being a leader. Let me relate a story that teaches almost everything about building the business and achieving success in general, for that matter. The story is really about points or dots in my life that when you connect those dots or those points or those experiences, it led me to where we are today, and it created the success that we have today. I guess it starts out with going to college. I got a liberal arts education, which was a broad education. I mean, later on I found out that that was really an asset because it allowed me to be able to talk about just about anything. And I was a science major, a biology major, and that scientific training and scientific method led to being able to develop good products, good nutritional products. But I became a marine biologist of all things, and I got a job with the government at Sandy Hook Marine Lab outside of New York Harbor. And for months I worked on a research project and wrote a paper. And when the paper came out, it didn't even have my name on it. It had the head of the department's name on it. And boy, that was a real letdown. I guess it was my first realization about jobs, that you do all the work but you don't get the credit, and you know, you get blamed for everything that goes wrong and not much credit for the things that go right. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Well, they told me that they were rewarding me with the assignment of being able to go on a research cruise trip. And you'd go out on a research vessel, a research ship, for 90 days, and every 2 hours they would pull up with nets everything in the sea, and you would examine it and record it. And as a young guy on the team, I had the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. shift for the trawling and pulling everything up on deck to examine it. And one day I was out there at 4 o'clock in the morning, and a 20-foot wave came across the ship and washed me almost overboard. Next thing I realized, I was grabbing onto the wire on the side of the ship, and my feet were hanging over the edge, and the adrenaline rush caused me to pull myself up. I went downstairs and I said, that's it, you know, I'm done, I quit. I don't want to be a marine biologist. I'm not going to be a Jacques Cousteau. And after that, I took a trip with some college friends to Bermuda, and I discovered a dream, something that was a dream for me, a lifestyle, beautiful beaches, beautiful homes, yachts. And I asked, who are these people that live like this? And I was told that they were entrepreneurs. And so I started learning about entrepreneurs, and I decided that's what I want to be. I want to be an entrepreneur, the person who creates businesses, the person who takes the risk and gets the credit and makes the big money when something succeeds. So we stayed a few extra days in Bermuda because we were having such a great time, and we ran out of money, and we flew home to JFK penniless and had to hitchhike home. And we got picked up by a businessman in a Cadillac, and that ride home was quite a conversation. We started complaining about not wanting to have to get a job or have to work, and how we would love to be entrepreneurs, and how we loved the lifestyle that we discovered in Bermuda. And the guy just kept saying, wow, you don't say, you really mean that? and he kind of challenged us. And he said, if you really mean that, I'll come down and show you a way to do it, where you can become an entrepreneur and it doesn't require the money that normally prevents people from getting into business. And that sounded great to me, so I set up an appointment and he came to my house to show me the plan. He showed me this silly little plan. I didn't really understand it. And at the end of it, he said, if you really want to be successful, this is going to become a reality for you, you need to go to a seminar and learn how it works and how to do it and what entrepreneurism is really all about, and meet other entrepreneurs. And he sold me a ticket to this seminar at LaGuardia Airport in New York, and I live down in central New Jersey, so it was about a 2-hour drive, and I bought the ticket. It was $5, but $5 back then would equal $35 today. I was just 21 years old, wet behind the ears, didn't really know anything, but I bought that ticket, and it burned a hole in my pocket. I didn't really have $35 at that point, and I was out of work. So that Saturday, when the seminar was, I had the ticket, and all my friends went down to the beach to have fun and chase the girls, and I really was having buyer's remorse. I wanted to go with them, but I didn't want to lose that money. So I went in my beat up old Mustang, fought rush hour traffic, and got to LaGuardia Airport, and that was an amazing day for me. I learned about entrepreneurism, I learned about residual income, and I learned about how to build a business. And it just made sense to me. Why work for someone else for 45 years and end up broke when you could have residual income, where you build something once and the income keeps coming in? I became enthralled and intrigued about entrepreneurism. It became a passion to me. I wanted to be an entrepreneur and to have financial freedom. And while I was there, he gave me a tape. And the tape was called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And it was an interesting tape. It kind of built up this mystery of what the strangest secret was. And finally, at the end of the tape, it told you that the strangest secret was that we become what we think about all the time. Now, first, when I heard that, I was 21 years old, I didn't believe it, because if it was true, I would have become a girl, because I thought about girls all the time at that age. But what it meant was that we become the predominant manifestation of our thinking. What we think about and what we believe and what we focus on is what forms our life and is what we attract. So it also said a few other things. It said to seek out the most successful people and emulate them, and to surround yourself with successful people. These were the keys to success. So I went on a mission to meet the top guy, the most successful person in this business that I was shown.